Welcome to Cake of the Month. Once a month, I bring you a new cake recipe and video that highlights the unique charm of the scalloped and fluted tube and bundt pans. From classic flavors to bold new creations, these are the recipes that are sure to impress and inspire your next baking adventure. Today, I'm showing you how to make my honey-poached plumcot cake. Now, what is a plumcot, you ask? It is a 50-50 hybrid between a plum and an apricot. Exhibiting characteristics of both, with the sweetness of an apricot and the tartness of a plum, you are going to love baking with these. The link to the recipe can be found in the description below. Let's get this delicious adventure started. We'll start things off in a medium saucepan that I'm going to turn on to a medium-high heat, and then I'm going to add white wine and honey to the saucepan and bring these to a boil. Once your mixture comes to a boil, you can reduce the heat to low, add your plumcots, and then we're going to let these simmer until tender. That's about 8 to 10 minutes. After removing the plumcots from the simmering liquid, you let them cool completely on a wire rack and then chop them into bite-sized pieces, and be sure to reserve your poaching liquid, and you'll see why towards the end of the video. But now let's get our cake underway. In the stand mixer, I'm going to use a paddle attachment. I'm adding butter and granulated sugar, and I'm going to cream this until nice and fluffy. Then we'll add our eggs and one egg white, one at a time, and make sure each combine before adding the next. Now for our dry ingredients, let's whisk together our all-purpose flour, salt, baking powder, and cardamom. And then we will add some vanilla bean paste to our buttermilk and give that a whisk and get it nice and combined. Let's get our stand mixer back on a low speed, and we'll start alternating our dry and wet ingredients, starting with one addition of the dry and then our vanilla and buttermilk mixture. Now, buttermilk in this recipe is not only going to give us a great flavor, but it helps with a beautifully tender crumb for the cake. You're going to love it. Our batter's ready for baking, but our plumcots aren't. We're going to add a little bit of flour to them, and this just helps to suspend them in the pan and prevent them from sinking. So this little flour trick helps keep the fruit evenly distributed. Today, I am baking this cake in a 15-cup bundt pan. You'll spray the pan with a baking spray with flour, and if you have any questions about the size of your bundt pan, check out one of my other videos where I show you a way to test your liquid volume so you know you're baking in the right pan. But it's been sprayed with the baking spray with flour, and then we're going to add a quarter of our batter into the pan and start layering the fruit from there. And we'll do another layer of our batter and fruit until the baking pan is full and ready for the oven. After your batter and your fruit have been layered and everything is nice and smooth, give it a few firm taps on the counter just to settle the batter and to get any air bubbles out. This gives you a nice, perfect texture in baking and helps to keep everything nice and even. Now off to a 325-degree oven for baking, and you'll see the full instructions for the baking in the recipe included here with the video. After baking though, there's a delicious glaze headed to this cake. Remember when I told you to hang on to that poaching liquid? Well, it goes into the bowl with confectioner sugar to create a beautiful and simple glaze. And just spoon the glaze on top of the cake, and then it's time to enjoy. All right, look at that. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. And once again, the description includes the link to the recipe and information about how you can be a part of the Bake From Scratch community. Now, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel so that you'll never miss another delicious moment in the kitchen. Now, preheat your ovens, everyone. It's time to bake, and I'm going to enjoy this cake.